Hip hop from the ghetto, Mo City Menace.
Man,
What's up, bro?
hold up, man. So, what's good, man? In here with my boy Eduardo Garcia.
No.
What's the
What's
deal,
up?
man?
Just waking up, man.
Just
waking
getting up. Just getting up.
Yeah.
You got to get it in sometime today or what?
Yeah. I'll probably go get in a workout at some point today. I'm not too sure when, but I mean, gotta get it in every day, just about.
So, man, start me off from the top, dog. You from Houston, Texas?
Born and raised on the east side specifically.
On the east side of Houston.
Specifically at North
That's
Shore.
dope. What was your upbringing like in Houston? Was you like only child, had siblings? How was it for you coming up?
It was pretty cool, pretty normal. I'm a sibling. I got two siblings. I'm the youngest of three. So I got an older brother, and then my sister's the oldest on top of that.
Okay. So you always grew up with the sibling rivalry and that's mine and all of that stuff.
Something like that. Yeah. I was kind of always the kid that was always like, no, that's mine. Like, screw you off. This is mine. Yeah.
So
they know it.
Did you have a typical childhood, or do you have the extreme boxer story? Like, man, we had to walk 10 miles to the grocery store. How was it for
Right.
you?
Yeah, it wasn't the typical boxer story. It was just kind of more of a regular kid growing up type story.
You basically saying you had good parents.
Yeah, my parents were great. I mean, they were always there for us. I guess the only thing that would probably be out of the ordinary would be my pops passed away when I was about 13.
Okay.
A few days after my 13th birthday, he passed away. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, I can't complain. They were both always there for us.
What walked you into a boxing gym for the first time in your life? How you get up in the gym?
I was a kid, so I was about 9 years old, and me and my brother were looking for something to do, and my pops was like, "Hey, let's go to check out a boxing gym." We had done like baseball, like t-ball, and like some stuff right there on the side, but like it never clicked, it never stuck. And then so they said, "Hey, there's a boxing gym down the street." My mom said, "Nah, let's go to karate first. Let's do that." And then we're like, "Nah, let's go try boxing first. If we don't like it, then we'll go to karate." And liked it, turned out pretty good.
It's safe to say you ain't going to karate.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm still debating. I still might go back. I don't know. This boxing shit.
So how from walking into the gym to becoming an amateur, what's that process like in your life? Like, how does that get going?
To me, man, how I see it is just work hard. Be the hardest worker in the gym. Be the guy that stands out, always wanting to work. I don't think coaches have the obligation to always pick up kids and like get them to fight. But if you show up every day, eventually they'll take notice and they'll get you fights.
So tell me about your amateur time, your amateur career. What was that like?
It was pretty good. I'd say for most, comparatively, it was pretty good. I don't feel like it was enough. I had about 70 fights. My record was about 60 wins, 15 losses, give or take. A lot of those losses came at the top level, at the nationals, stuff like that. I've been going to the nationals since I was, I think, 13. 14 was like my first national tournament, probably for the Junior Olympics or something like that.
Wow.
Got a few bronze, few silvers, and depending on the tournament, a gold or two here or there. And I think the biggest highlight from that would probably be 2015 coming out number 2 in the USA.
Wow. So 2015 you was number 2.
Right. I was still a senior in high school, I think. Yeah.
Anybody notable at that time that you had an opportunity to see in the ring?
At the time, so that year in 2015, I fought Luis Feliciano in the finals.
Okay.
So before that, who else did I fight leading up to that? There was a Triquan Pettis. He was number 1 at the time. I'm not sure where he's at now, but at the time he was number 1 in the country. We beat him going to the finals. Fought Richardson Hitchens in the Olympic trials qualifiers.
Okay. How did that fight go with Richardson Hitchens?
I mean, he's a fast dude. And he's got a amateur style, I'd say. Like, he's real quick on his feet, quick
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
I so he got the best of me that first round and a half, and then by the time I was kind of putting pressure on him and getting him going, well, the fight was already just about over. I mean, because it's only 3 rounds.
Right.
So, but I thought I was breaking him down to the end, but he got the win.
So, you're an amateur. Where's your mind at when you talk about going into like the USA team and things like that? Like, is that something that you thought about or what?
For sure, 100%. That was like damn near the main goal. I mean, the main goal was to be on the USA team and try to make the Olympic team. Never really ended up happening that way. We were an alternate for the Pan Am Games after that run at the 2015 Nationals, but I think Feliciano ended up taking the actual spot. We were just an alternate for it, and that was about it. Went to Canada one time for a little charity show, like a USA versus Canada type show.
Okay, look out of the country, out of the local area, and try something different. That's cool. So from there, being a high level amateur, what does the process look like when you getting ready to turn pro at that point? Like, before you turn pro, is your mind on turning pro, or you just, if it happens, it happens?
So my mind was pretty much on that at the qualifiers, because they had I'm not sure how they do it nowadays, but back then they would have these tournaments where you would go, and I think top 2 would qualify for the Olympic trials, and I think you had like 3 or 4 tries, and then so we went through all of them, came up short, kind of got screwed over on a couple of them, like pretty bad. You know how politics judging is, but as we were approaching the last chance, I kind of already had it in my mind. I was like, man, it's either this or we're gonna move on and we're gonna go pro. So that didn't pan out. So went to the drawing board and said, you know what, all right, it's time to make the move. That's also about the time that I started going to main boxing gym.
Okay, so that's pretty early in the game. You were early over there, man. So
yeah, so we had started sparring. I have been sparring over there since I was about 15 or 16, and my coach would just take me there and I would spar. I'll spar Regis, Pablo, those guys. And I mean, we're all kids, right? We don't know who's gonna turn out to be what. Yeah. And then, I really liked how serious and everything they were down there. So whenever I was gonna turn pro, I was like, nah, that's the place to go. Like, I know that's where I gotta be.
So you were a kid sparring Regis.
Right. Yeah, we go back, pretty far.
Wow. So you a whole young man in there with Regis. Like, are you intimidated? Are you nervous? Like, how does that go when you first, hop in there with somebody like that on that level as a guy at such a young age?
Right. Well, you gotta remember he's not gotten the I guess the credibility that he has now, right? So he's still an up and coming fighter. But absolutely. I had seen him coming up in the amateurs, and then when he started his pro fight, I was pretty much always there watching these guys. And then so just sharing the ring with them. Intimidation, I don't know if that's a word you can say it. I mean, it's more respect. Like he's always had that power, and you always know he can crack. So you just gotta be on top of your shit, basically.
So I know Regis is an amateur, fought at 52. What weight did you fight at as an amateur?
So probably my best that time I went was at the Nationals was 41.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 41 was where you reached your peak at as an amateur. So what dictated you going pro, and then today you fight at 54?
40 now.
40 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So long story short, I started my pro career at about 42. I think I had a fight at 42, 43. And then it kept happening to where I would have fights scheduled, and then week of the fight, last minute, opponent would drop, opponent would get sick. Some bullshit would happen, right? Where like, oh shit, we're not fighting no more. And it would always happen last minute, and I kind of got pretty tired of it. I was like, man, this is bullshit. I'm only 2 fights deep, and this shit's already happening. Yeah. So I said, man, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I'm going to take a break. I'm gonna go finish school. So, cause I was in school at the time. As soon as I got out of high school, I went straight to U of H.
Yeah.
And so 2 years deep, that's what I want to go do. I said, fuck this. I'm gonna take a little break, finish school, and I'm gonna come back. When I came back, I was pretty heavy. I was about 170 walking around or whatever, but I wanted to hurry up and get back in there. And I was in the gym for a while already. So Bob and Aaron were like, let's just get a fight, whatever weight, and we'll go down from there. Like, as we're taking fights and shit, we'll go
Got
down.
you.
So
So
I was fighting.
you been climbing down.
Right. So, like, when I came back, I was fighting at 60, 55, 58, 53, slowly trying to bring it down. And then now we're finally back down to where we're supposed to be, 42, 43, 40.
So let's go to like your very first pro fight. Do you have like the jitters, you nervous? You like, man, I'm here, or where your mind at when you walk in the ring for your first fight?
It's not too much. It's not too different from where it's at now. I mean, you get the jitters. You're nervous as hell. Probably a lot more throughout the day. And then as soon as you start taking that walk, nerves are gone. It's all business from there. I mean, all the nerve comes from whenever you're thinking about the fight, like when you're laying in bed, kind of like just when you got nothing to do. So I try to keep myself distracted, so I don't think about it too much. It's like exciting.
That's an exciting. It's basically an exciting feeling.
100%, yeah, and I don't want to waste that excitement until it's time. So there's no sense in being so excited, 8 hours early.
So you in the gym, Main Street Boxing, and it's a ton of killers over there, man. And
yeah,
I think everybody know we watched O'Shaquie Foster just recently win his first title. You a sparring partner to some of these guys, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Especially for that Foster fight, we were his key sparring partner leading up to it. So
okay,
we're pretty much.
So you spent a large amount of time in the ring with O'Shaquie Foster, getting ready for that Vargas fight.
Yeah, pretty much. We're the number one guy for that.
So how would sparring go for you, knowing that this guy has like this huge opportunity in front of him, and you basically gonna be the guy, prepping him and sharpening him?
Right.
Is there like pressure or what?
I think so. Personally, I mean, I always like to perform to the best I can, especially if, like, shit, this isn't even for me. This is for him. He needs this work. So best believe I better show up and put in 100%. I mean, if it was for me and I'm having a bad day, like, okay, whatever, you can kind of bullshit that. But this is homeboy's shot. This is his chance. I better show the fuck up.
Yeah. So, having some time in the ring with him, you ain't got to be too comprehensive or give me no top-notch secrets. Tell me about O'Shaquie Foster in the ring, sparring and working with him.
You don't want to do it. Shit, no, not recommended. Don't do it, man. Nah, man, he's that guy, man. And I'm bigger than him. I fight 10 pounds heavier than him, and I was walking around, I'm sure, way more than he does. What's tough about him is that since I'm the bigger guy, you'd say, oh, be on the outside, like boxing, right? That's not going to work. He's going to outbox you. Okay, bet. So I'm going to put pressure on this guy and get on the inside and rough him up. Yeah, you're going to get in there and he's going to fuck you up too. Like, he's tricky with it, man. It's like, fuck, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So what's the difference between sparring him and Regis? What is Regis like in there?
Man, he's just like a monster that keeps coming. You can't hurt the dude.
No.
Like, I've never, for me sparring him and watching him spar other guys, I've seen him take shots and never seen him buckle at all. Like, that motherfucker just keeps on coming. Yeah.
So how is the result on your part after being in the ring with a Regis and you sparred Austin Trout too, haven't you?
Right. Yeah, I sparred Trout a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't recently, but in the past, yeah.
Yeah. So I know Austin just won in the bare knuckles last week. But I know he's still active as a combat fighter. So working with Austin Trout, is there anything notable that you picked up from him?
Man, just to always be on my game too. Shit, he's another one of those guys that. Them three are probably like the biggest guys, my biggest sparring partners, I guess, at the gym. That they keep me 100%. They make me be 100% on my game. If not, it's gonna be a bad day. You know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you work with the future potential coach of the year,
Yeah.
Bobby Benton.
He deserves it, man. That's my dude.
Yeah. What kind of game you get from Bobby?
Man, I try to pick up a lot of shit from Bobby, man. Even like shit outside the ring, just his general attitude towards how he does things, his attitude towards work. Um, Shit, right after every fight, just about. As soon as he gets back in town, he's back in the gym. You
Yeah.
know, I know he always jokes that he's like the gym janitor and shit, and his job title. But man, that's a good dude, man. I look up to him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I always enjoy conversations with him. He a real good dude, man. I was at your last fight, man. You fought Abdel Salster.
Salcedo. Yeah, Salcedo.
So yeah, there you go, man. That dude wanted to have he wanted to stand right in front of you, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the fight.
Kudos to him. He was a smaller guy too. I mean, I felt like I had some height on him,
Yeah, you did. So
but
any
it felt pretty
takeaways from
comfortable.
that fight?
It was pretty comfortable. I mean, I was never too concerned, all things considered. Um, that's generally how I do things in my first round. Kind of like I'm going through a checklist in my head. Okay, what's his hand speed like? What's his power like? What's his feet like? And then that kind of determines, I guess, the level of concern I need to be.
That
Yeah,
determines how you handle him once you get your checklist in your mind, or what?
right. Yeah, it's like, okay, he's not faster than me. Okay, I don't got to worry about that. Or like, damn, this dude could crack. Let's watch out. Type shit.
Cool. So I also see you in there with the homie, Ray Talib Jr., A-Leaf Ali. I
Yeah,
see you in there working the other day.
that's the
You know what I'm
homie, man.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the homie.
ever since started coming here at Maine, well, shit, because we got signed with the next fight up around the same time,
Okay.
and so we started jumping on the same shows together. And around this time last year, we were out in Costa Rica, and so just spending time together like that, I mean, you just naturally becomes like the homie, man, one of the good ones.
Yeah, yeah. I like the camaraderie that y'all have in Maine. I got a lot of guys that's focused on a goal, and a lot of people literally trying to get their work in. It's very admirable. I go to a lot of places, and I see a lot of fighters. I talk to a lot of fighters, but what y'all got going on in there is a big deal, you
Oh
know?
yeah, it's different. You don't see that's not a regular boxing gym,
No,
man.
it's not. I
Nah,
try to explain that to people. You tell me in your words why Maine is not a regular boxing gym.
nah, man. Because you just can't compare it to your typical Houston, even your Houston gyms. Like everything over there is it's business. It's straight business. Everyone's there for a reason, and they're getting after it. Some of these other local gyms, you're gonna have kids kind of bullshitting here and there. Even the guys that got really talented guys, they're still kind of have their days where they're just like whatever, right? But
Mhm.
nah, at Maine, like you're on your shit because everyone's on their shit, and if you're not, then they'll call you out on it.
That's facts. I see it a lot. But it's 2023. What's the plan for Eduardo Garcia 2023?
Shit, hopefully get quite a few fights in this year. We're 10-0 right now. If we could finish the year around 15, that'd be great. We're already 3 months deep. Haven't gotten one in this year, which is a little tough. But all we can do is keep grinding.
Yeah.
Hurry up and wait for a date, and hopefully finish the year with at least 14 fights, 14-0.
So Eduardo, we chilling, right? And then we go get in your car and you turn on the car. What's playing? What music playing in your car?
Man, it depends. Depends on the
Tell me.
vibe. Depends where we're going.
Tell
Shit,
me.
I'll listen to
Tell me.
everything, man.
Tell me what you like.
Man, I'll go from Young Dolph to Taylor Swift real quick, man. We'll go some country music. We'll go
Everything.
rap. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything. Spanish
Yeah,
music,
everything. That's
everything.
that's what's up. So let's say you just fought, you made the weight, you had a good camp, you beat the guy. The next day you gonna go eat a big meal. What meal is that?
Cracker Barrel probably, or
Yeah,
Waffle House.
what you gonna get up out of there?
Probably that country fried steak, some
Yeah,
biscuits, eggs. That
you
shit's
go.
good.
You gonna tear it down.
Well, that's where I go.
Right.
That's where I try to go right after weigh-ins. Right after weigh-ins, I'll have like whatever small little snack I got there,
Yeah.
and I try to shoot over to Cracker Barrel.
How hard is it getting down in that weight though? Because you seem like that's a test, or that's not just a test, a challenge to go from as high as you were to be fighting at 140 today.
It's been a challenge at times. I've had some easy drops, and I've had some that fucking suck. I don't know what really dictates that. Maybe it's kind of the preparation leading up towards it. I've had some that make it pretty easy. Like, okay, like I could drop 3 or 4 more. Not easy, right? It's not like I want to drop 3 or 4 more, but I could have got it done. And there's times where I'm like struggling, like, man, I don't fucking know if I could drop these last 2, or you know. But it's getting better. The more we're still kind of going down. I'm trying to walk around a whole lot lighter than I was. Because even when I did make a 42, 43 sometimes, I was still walking around about 65, 62. So that was about a 20, 22, 23 pound cut. Usually I'll do it about a week and a half out to a week out.
So it come like probably the last thing, bro. If there was anything you could tell a guy that's just starting on his journey in the world of boxing, just getting going. He ain't never walked the path that you've been on. He ain't never been in the gym with guys like you. He ain't never experienced the type of elite training and coaches you've been around. What could you tell that guy that he could put in his back pocket and it'll last for him? What kind of information could you give?
Keep your head down and keep working. You're going to have bad days, and you're going to get your ass whipped a whole lot. But it's part of the game. It happens. Just keep going.
That's solid. Man, Eduardo Garcia from the east side of H-Town, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, family. And, I might pull up on you at the gym. You know me.
Come through.
What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to make sure, let them know how they can find you on this ground, man.
I'm right here on Boxing Garcia on Instagram.
That's right. That's right. Man, I'm sure a few people going to hit you up, hop in your DMs and try to get at you, bro. So, hey, man, stay plugged in with Eduardo Garcia. I'm going to stay plugged in. Eduardo, bro, it's been cool, man. We're going to do this again another time, bro.
For sure, bro. Let me know.
All right, man.
Hip-hop. From the ghetto. City